Hello, welcome to the channel. Hello, welcome. Sorry, but this is the third video since I've got here. The device keeps freezing. I don't know why it does that. I don't want to start going on about that. I was supposed to be looking at this. It's done it again. It's done it again. Useless bloody thing. Oh no. I don't know what causes it. Sometimes it does it and then it'll last for like 2 or 3 weeks. I'll tell you what it probably is, and maybe the mistake that I'm making with this device is, hello, we're at David Stirling's memorial. I've been trying to do a video. I think what I need to do is discipline myself by maybe switching this device off every night or something, and then clearing it out, maybe that's what's wrong. It's got all these pages open. Might be, yeah. I've restarted it twice. So it seems to be working now, so we'll carry on with this video. Sadly, this is the third attempt. So I've already been, I suppose it doesn't really matter, and everybody who watches my channel knows it's shite anyway, so it's not like I'm working for the BBC or anything, is it? You know, no it isn't. But I can say it's pretty cold up here. So probably not supposed to walk in the grass. So we've got the daffodils will be coming out soon. Lovely. So this is a memorial for David Stirling, who founded the SAS in 1941. So when the war started in the Second World War, you've got to be careful with your language when you're saying things. Like, why did I say the war when there's been so many wars? Well, the Second World War, 1939, I was born in 1966. So things were starting to look on the up when I was born in the 60s. Things went a bit grim for Great Britain in the 70s. And here we are. Now things are looking grim again. Because there's a snatch from the top. Want to take the wealth away from us. Keep it all for themselves. Let's have a look at this. This is interesting. Wow, 1940 to 1945. That must be the SAS. The war started in 1939, but why does it say 1940 to 1945? Let's have a look. Is this the SAS guys that died in the war? Right. P. Arnold, L.C. Ashby, F.R. Beach, P.S. Borrowdale, A.S. Bota, J.T. Bowler, W.H. Burton, D. Davison, E.G. Dobson, J.R. Eason Smith, J. Easton, H. Federman, S.D. L. Fleming, R.B. Gurdon, J.H. Gravel, E.H. Henderson, C.D. Hewson, N.A. Holt, A. Hopton, B.C. Jordan, J. Lamont, F.E. LeRoux, I.A. McIver, J.D. Henry, Croy de Guerre, N. Can, R.B. Young, G.F. Yates, C.H. Whitehead, H. Wheeldon, J.D. Van Rensburg, H.E. Todman, A. Ty, so I don't know how it's pronounced, Ty, D-I-G-H-E, Ty, T.K. Stibben, K. Smith, D.L. Singers, R.W. Savage, L.D. Roderick, R. Riggs, C.S.M. Richardson, J.D. Resin, A.G. Redfern, M.L. Pilkington, A.G. Penhall, N. O'Malley, L.G.N. Olofs, G.H. Matthews, H.L. Mallet, A.N. McKinnon. And there's a Seat Cordoba coming in. They think I'm looking at the stone, but it's a Seat Cordoba. I think it is. Or is it Inca or something? It's a Cordoba. Seat Cordoba. And it's a diesel. They're actually quite good cars. You better avoiding stuff that's too fancy. So the Long Range Desert Group, they showed the way. Massive big stone. We'll go around it anti-clockwise now. At least the devices were phone. I call it a phone, it's actually a camera, and you know, it's not really a phone, is it? you know, oh, there's the names there. I don't know what, is that going to have names put on it or something? Wilkinson, Williams, Wilson, Winter. I'm into names. That's all the W's. Right, okay. That's the names. Obviously, alphabetical order. That's interesting, isn't it? I never even noticed that. Right. So basically, we've got all the names going right round. So we're starting off. Maybe a lot of people don't notice that when they get here. So I take it that's for people that are not dead yet. Or haven't. So W's, Taylor, Smith, Sparrow, Symes. No, I won't read them all out because it'll take too long. Slater. I know I knew somebody up in Everberry called Slater. It's spelled S-C-L-A-T-E-R. I think it's Scandinavian actually originally. Richardson. My great grandmother was called Richard. Oh, shut up about that. Patterson with 2 T's. Patterson with 2 T's. Maguire. There's lots of different ways of doing Maguire, isn't there? Like, I've seen it very strange sort of different ways. I'll shout out if there's any of my names turn up here. Lockridge. A. Lockridge. Now that was David Lockridge, was the one that told Stockton Rush that his sub was incredibly dangerous, and they fell out. And David Lockridge is still alive, and Stockton Rush isn't. Iverson. Ireland. RF Ireland. Henderson. Gray, Gurney, Guscroft. Gottlieb. Maybe sort of German or Scandinavian or something. Sorry if I'm sounding angry. Oh yes! Yes! There's a Fergie. D. Ferguson. M with 1 S. McGill, I've never seen McGill. DM Gale, sorry. Ferguson. D, that would be Donald probably. There's no Macbeths landed up in the SAS, they're probably not up to it. Well, I certainly don't feel like I'm up to it anyway. Well, that was all really in. That's all the names. Amazing place. Right, time to go. This disastrous video, it didn't really work out very well thanks to the equipment. Remembrance of all those members of the Special Air Service Regiment who have died in service of their country and have given their lives to uphold the principles of freedom and justice. Well, you know, that's the thing. The principles of freedom and justice, there's quite a lot of unjust things happening to us. You know, the working classes, the middle classes, it's all going horribly wrong. So what do? You know? Are they upholding freedom? But it's all a bit vague, I would say. You know, and I think like Sir David Stirling probably would be, the likes of him would be very unhappy with the way things are going politically. I mean, we're getting ruled by a sort of, like I looked at a consultation for the log burner, for the pollutants. Well, they call it pollutants. It's called heating. And the type of man that the sort of, what is it? Metrosexual man, a modern man with a beard. They'll have a beard, but they're not very masculine. And they're greens. You know, they want to ruin our civilization. I mean, who would you rather help you out if you're in a tricky spot? Somebody like him, or one of these greens, and these metrosexual men? I know who I'd rather have help me out. Be him, wouldn't I? Because the metrosexual men are going to run a mile. They're going to drop you right in it. They're going to help you, are they? Well, that's what they're doing. They're dropping us right in it. I don't know why that's came about. Is it because we haven't had a war for a while? Proper war? We've had wars. That's our misconception. I mean, who's supposed to read that? I mean, that's been pretty badly done, I'll be honest with you. Right? Because the letter's too small. And now, that sign would have to be... Well, I get it, you can't really... Well, it's in the grass, but... So you've got to reach right over to read it. Colonel Sir David Stirling, DSO, OBE, founder of a Special Air Service Regiment, life July 1941, from the unauthorised year planned by Scottish Guard Lieutenant David Stirling, who was serving with Number 8. I'll read this first paragraph, right, and I'm going to have to go. Number 8 Guards Commander. For small teams of parachute-trained soldiers to operate behind enemy lines to gain intelligence, destroy enemy aircraft and target supply and reinforcement routes. Following an impromptu meeting to air his views with Major General Ritchie, Deputy Chief of Staff, he was able to meet the new CNC Middle East General Auchinleck, who liked his plan, and it was endorsed by the Army High Command. That time there was a deception organisation already in the Middle East area, which wished to create a Phantom Airborne Brigade to act as a threat to enemy planning of operations. This deception unit was known as K Detachment Special Air Service Brigade. Stirling's unit was to be the offensive arm, be known as L Detachment SAS Brigade. Right. This statue of that is Angela Connor. It's on the land that was once part of the Keir estate, short distance from the Keir, the family home where David Stirling spent his early life. David Stirling died on 4th of November 1990. Final resting place is on the shores of Loch Morar. Raised his knighthood in 1990, died in November 1990. Oh, I mean, the whole thing, I mean, you know, to be... I'll use Fred Dibnah here as a way of explaining this. Fred Dibnah was an ordinary man, but when you seen him climbing up the towers, the chimneys, climbing up and then reaching out about 300 feet up in the air, reaching out on some ladder that he's tied down with bolts in the building, and then climbing over and then knocking a chimney down with a hammer, you know, a big stacked chimney. And it's like, there must be something mentally wrong with Fred Dibnah, right, that he was able to do that. I mean that in the nicest possible way. He had no fear of heights. Well, did he have? Maybe he did have fear of heights. So this guy here is it's a different thing, but he must have been slightly mad as well to be in the SAS. You know, I'm coming from a person, I'm not at all like that, right? I think most ordinary people aren't like that. And that's why you wouldn't be in the SAS. So I'm just explaining why 99.9% of us wouldn't get in the SAS. So he's obviously had something, special character, which has been handed down through his generations and genetics and everything, that made him, you know. So what the point, I suppose, is how far away from being mad was he, you know, and what is mad? And if you can harness that madness, and then you can win wars, you know. I take it Dune's over there, down there, probably. You know, you could then win wars. So it's almost like you can get like people who are in prison and stuff, but you have to discipline them. So you could get people from prison and make them fight for you, which is probably what has happened historically. You know, criminals. But I think there's a definition. What I'm really talking about is a definition between criminals and... No, I'm not. He's not a criminal, but people who are slightly crazy, right? So it could have been that David Stirling would have done some pretty horrendous things, right, in order to be in the SAS and to win and to fight and to do what he had to do. You know, I'm not at all. So that was considered to be, well, say, you know, helped us win whatever it is we won. But at the end of the day, we're still under attack from globalists, you know, and so I'm not sure about fighting and stuff, but I mean, you know, so you look at this, the thing about the Nazis and everything. You know, the Second World War, what happened, and Churchill was half American. I like to look at things in a different manner, but I'm not at all demeaning anybody or anybody's opinion. You know, I'm not wanting to oppose people who, for the very best intentions, fought for what they believe to be our freedom. You know, and so what I'll say is our freedom is at risk. It's always at risk. And it could be not from who you'd expect it to be at risk from, is what I'm saying. You know? And, you know, that is probably a good point that I'm making. I think. Probably. So, the phone has been behaving. It didn't at the first. I don't know what the WPS is. So, right, somebody has had a slight fender bender. They've knocked that thing, right, is there. Oh yeah, there's one there, and one there. And they've had a bit of a fender bender. Right here. And sometimes you can get an idea of what sort of car it was. I think there's someone coming, so I'll wait until they went past. They never clean up car crashes properly, do they? You know, there's all bits of cars still here. Oh! I don't know what it is. Is it a... I don't know. I see it Cordoba is what it is. Keep over to the left. All these bits, see if you're rebuilding a car, right, you know, it used to be you could sort of just I don't know what's happened here. It used to be you just get a bumper and a couple of bits and rebuild a car that's damaged, but you know, it's become increasingly more difficult. Should be able to tell what sort of car it is with that. I need to get my glasses on it to find out. Yeah. I need to get... What is it? This is getting a bit ridiculous. You know what I mean? You're supposed to be filming a freaking SAS memorial. You know? It's a Volkswagen! A Volkswagen! It's a Volkswagen, or at least it was a Volkswagen. We'll leave that there as a memorial and we'll get going. So, from David Sterling's memorial, thanks for watching. Bye!